Players again taking Wolf. We haven't seen the Wolf move out. The games haven't gone long enough for that.
There we go. Yep, game 3. ZenoAkoop to the west side of the map in red. AVUltima to the east in green. So yeah, we haven't seen those Wolves come out yet, and that's because AV's been so dominant in the early game. And I think if it did go to the late game, Zeno, as a calculating player, as someone who knows how to catch his opponent out, I think Zeno would have the advantage there. Although I wouldn't rule out AV, he's also very strong in like almost all of the phases of the game. He has that advantage in the early game where he's had a lot of practice, he knows what he's doing.
Just showing you what each commander is seeing. That Fog of War active. Looking at this map here, AVUltima has a large advantage in terms of bases to expand to. Its base is on high ground and defended from multiple sides, and nice natural expansions in the back, where ZenoAkoop's just kind of sitting there on his one base, and base in the south as well. But let's go ahead and turn that dual commander visibility back on. Both players going pretty standard. What we've seen before. It'd be interesting to see how the game swings. Can AVUltima keep this momentum going, keep the train going? Or will ZenoAkoop start to put the brakes on? Grab some more matches in this best of 7. Of course, best of 7 means first player to 4 games will become the next champion of Tooth and Tail Clash of Comrades.
It's interesting how Zeno, he's staying calm, he's just going with the same build, and he's going with the same strategy as well. So he trusts in the strategy a lot. And maybe he's thinking that he just needs to execute it right. As long as he can hold the early game, he thinks, okay, I can get an advantage in the later game. And we saw him go for a greedy expansion, and it seemed like that was playing into that sort of strategy. And we've seen him go for a Falcon again. He's going for an early Falcon, and last time we saw that in the first match, really didn't pay off for him. AV just managed to completely pressure with those scrolls and those toads. And AV's going for the same build again. So it's going to be interesting how this plays out. Zeno now has an MG on his base as well.
And that's a smart play. We can show you what AVUltima is seeing. He knows that he's got that base on the high ground. Smartly going to back away. Not a good idea to assault into that turret this early in the game. We'll see if he can use his toads as effectively as he did in game 1.
It's actually going to be a big problem for AV, I think. Zeno stalling like this gives Zeno more of a chance to get into his preferred timing. And AV really just wants to put pressure on, and he can't do that right now. With that high ground and that turret, that completely forced AV out. And he's going to scout again. He sees that there's no turret there anymore. But Zeno can easily replace it if he needs to. Oh, okay, here's another fight.
Alright, here we go. Those toads not exploding at all. Oh, one toad exploding, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. Those lizards wrapping around to the side, and ZenoAkoop dominantly ending that fight. AVUltima forced to retreat, and this expansion is going to get taken down now.
That was amazing play by Zeno there. It seems simple enough, but he went for that split. And we see that it's like a StarCraft 2 play. He splits to avoid the Bane lanes. He split his lizards away, avoided all those toads. Only one toad exploded, and it wasn't on lizards.
So now we are seeing why ZenoAkoop is the defending champion. One Warren going down. Large fight here right outside AVUltima's base. He's got to defend this, otherwise his economy is going to be in a lot of trouble. That ferret out trying to hammer away, but just not quite doing enough damage against this army from ZenoAkoop. We're seeing ZenoAkoop with twice the army value as AVUltima. Starting to pull ahead in farms as well.
There we go, he's going for another fight, but those Warrens are tanking a lot of it, so Zeno loses his entire army here. I don't think that's a big deal for Zeno though. He has enough farms in the background, he can build more if he needs to. He's deciding not to, he's just going to spend his money on reinforcements. And this actually does put him at a disadvantage, because he lost all those Falcons. Those took ages to reinforce. So maybe this gives AV a chance to actually come back into this.
Ooh, an AV dying. He doesn't have any vision onto that high ground. His army's going to wander away without his control. We'll see if he respawns in time.
He does still win the fight though, interestingly.
Ooh, I don't know how this fight is going to go. It looks like AVUltima's army's getting taken down. Very few forced to retreat. Reinforcements coming in for ZenoAkoop right now, so tense moments in the middle of the map here.
He needs to keep that ferret alive. He hasn't got a warrant for that ferret anymore. He needs to keep it alive. That's a really important unit, and Even if it wasn't a Warren, he still needs to keep it alive. Those tier 2s take ages to reinforce, and here we go, there's another fight.
Looks like a lot of squirrels getting taken out for ZenoAkoop. AVUltima needs to drag his reinforcements in. He does have more farms than ZenoAkoop does right now, and we've hit that 5-minute mark, so the first 4 farms that each player's main have farmed out. ZenoAkoop on 5 farms, AVUltima on 7. Of course,
That's interesting. That was actually a really even fight there. It seemed like Zeno had the advantage, but both players just disengaged before they lost their entire armies.
AVUltima running back, building another farm. I think this is going to be the key, because ZenoAkoop's base is very, very exposed here. If Zeno loses this fight, it means that AV is going to be able to push in and start taking out farms.
Oh, no, Ferret survives!
Ferret survives with 1 health. Oh, being able to take out that last squirrel, and now AVUltima's army is going to start attacking this base. Squirrel's getting a little bit lost in that that water there.
He doesn't have enough, though. He doesn't have enough to actually finish anything off. That Falcon coming in, that really wards AV off, unless he can use these squirrels to take out that Falcon.
Oh, he's so close. A couple more hits from that ferret, and that base is down, and he'll be very far ahead in terms of economy.
He's got some really lucky ferret shots. Those ferrets just shooting randomly and just managing to pick off lizards as they pass by, and there we go, he takes down that expansion. That's a really big deal.
Large.
He's on 2 farms.
Large victory for AVUltima. He's just got to play it safe now. He's got to keep it going. ZenoAkoop is on 1 farm now, that farm farming out. He's got to be very careful with his units. He's only on 9 squirrels right now. He's trying to scout to see what he's doing. Maybe he's just now scouting that base there. How is he going to come back from this? You know, 12 squirrels and a ferret. But that ferret doesn't have a warren, by the way. It's still alive. Hero ferret. ZenoAkoop throwing...
He needs to end it now before Zeno manages to get back into this game. If he gets those farms up, that's going to be a big deal. Oh no, he sold the squirrels.
Ooh,
I think that was a massive mistake.
He sells it to try and counter
these farms.
Trying to counter the fact that AVUltima will play it safe and keep building things, but he's not going to be able to do it.
Wow.
AVUltima taking game 3. Amazing. From behind, maybe the train really doesn't have any brakes.
Wow, I can't believe this. AV's taken 3 games in a row versus Zeno. This is insane. AV, the challenger, is showing that he has insanely strong early game tactics. None of these games have gone into wolf play, and I think that's exactly where AV likes it.
Alright, well here we go into game